Welcome to this edition of the Ultimate Combat Experience. I'm Mike Stidham, joined as always by Matt Raines, the mullet. What have you done with Salvador Sanchez?
I sent Salvador down to basic training. I enlisted him into the Utah Army National Guard. Figured he could lose a little weight, use a little bit extra bonus money, maybe even use some college, put some smarts up there, help him out.
As you couldn't tell, Mullet is a recruiter now for the Army National Guard. Man, so you got Salvador signed up?
Yeah, that was a lie. I'm just trying to plug myself a little bit, but nah, Sal's just taking a break tonight, so.
We both know Sal would never pass the blood test or any of the tests. He wouldn't pass the PT test anyway. Let's talk about the fights. We got a pretty good fight card set up. What do you know about it?
All I really know about is we got a lot of new guys, got a couple old guys, mostly some new blood in there, coming in and showing what they can do.
That new blood's kind of like those guys at basic training. You just never know if you're going to turn into Army material or officer material, but they're going to get in here and mix it up anyway. But your main event features a couple of guys we have seen before. This John McKean kid, what do you know about him?
John McKean, he's a good-looking kid. He's got some pretty solid jiu-jitsu. Looking pretty forward to seeing what he's got to do in here.
As am I, going up against a guy that I really personally like, Lorenzo Herrera. That's going to be a good one, but we got a lot of stuff before we get to that. Matt Raines, it's the Ultimate Combat Experience coming right at you.
7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now.
Warriors of the ultimate fight. Get in the ring for the ultimate fight. I say we warriors of the ultimate fight. Get in the ring for the ultimate fight. I say we warriors of the ultimate fight. Get in the ring for the ultimate fight. I say we warriors of the ultimate fight. Get in the ring for the ultimate fight.
In your middleweight division, we got a kid coming all the way from Chile, which is far away. Who is this guy?
Jhesua Arias.
Bless you. Going up a kid that trains right here at the Ultimate Combat Training Center, Eduardo Hernandez. Bless me. Middleweight no holds barred. Check it out. Lots of rolling R's and hard names to say. Jhesua Arias, they call him the Terminator, and he's from Chile originally, but they say he's up there in the Logan area, and good things are said about him. Training up there with Mike Dillard and the boys, they say this kid can really do some damage.
Yeah, Mike, like you said, he's up in the Logan area. He's 5'9", 155 pounds, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu guy.
Well, he looks a lot bigger than 155 pounds. I think that might have been a typo, but you're looking at El Cuarto, Eduardo Hernandez, and we've seen this kid before. You look at him, you go, oh man, this guy can't fight, but trust me, this guy can scrap.
Yeah, he's the assistant boxing coach down at UCTC, 5'7", 189 pounds. Seems kind of like a mismatch there on weight.
Well, I think they actually weigh about the same, but Eduardo is certainly giving up a little bit in the height and reach department, no doubt about that. But that seems to be the case every time he fights. He's, how should we say, he's got a low center of gravity.
There you go, Mike. That's a pretty good one.
That's a nice way of saying he's a little heavy. Yeah, for his height.
Short round, nice little leg kicks there going on.
That was nice stuff there, very nice leg kicks. And we don't know Eduardo to be a kicker at all. He's more of a boxer, but those were pretty nice looking kicks, and follows up with an attempted takedown, but Jhesua gets the head throw and finds himself up on top.
Yeah, Mike, he needs to start doing something though. I mean, punching him in the back's not really a good plan. It's just going to bother him a little bit. He needs to start working in, trying to get guard or something.
Well, what do you want him to do, man? He's been taken down by the guy, and he's getting his head squozen upon right now. This cannot be a very comfortable position, especially for a guy who's a boxer. He's probably not used to being in those tight quarters like that, and he's doing a pretty good job of getting out. It looks like, just about, but not quite.
Yeah, almost had it, Mike.
Right there, Jhesua cinching up an arm. This might be a bad spot for
Does not look good. Looks like something out of Matt Hughes' book.
Well, Eduardo's got to get his hips up to where he is parallel with Jhesua and try to roll him, but he's staying out perpendicular there, and that's not going to get him anywhere but with his arms stretched out.
No, Mike, he needs to start turning in and, like you said, working his way up towards the body.
There's a tap right there, right where Jhesua made just a little adjustment and put the pressure on the elbow. That was not a good position for Eduardo Hernandez. Wisely tapping out because he needs that arm for punching people in their faces.
Yeah, Mike, that was a pretty slick little submission right there. I'm not going to lie, I've never seen it. I've been doing jiu-jitsu for a little while now, so that was pretty slick.
All right, well, Jhesua, the Terminator, Arias, getting a big win against a very tough kid in Eduardo Hernandez. Great Clips is home of the $10 haircut. Also pick up $10 UCE tickets only at participating locations.
I know you train at a gym that has like 6 or 7 jiu-jitsu coaches. You got to get in there and work some ground. You're a boxer, but you know what, bro? This isn't boxing. It's mixed martial arts. We got to get you into jiu-jitsu because that's how these guys are beating you.
I understand. You know, I'm going to have to start working on that. My game is stand-up, boxing, kickboxing, so I feel pretty comfortable doing that.
Thanks for being part of the experience. Anyone you need to thank?
Hey, I want to thank everybody at UCTZ, Mike Stidham, my corner, Chulo, Cole, Coco, he's always supporting me, my family, my brothers, everybody, my wife, even though she doesn't like to watch me fight, so hey, I do it because I love it. It's good.
Are you Army strong? Find out what it takes to be a soldier in the U.S. Army at GoArmy.com.
We're going to see you again in here in the Ultimate Combat.
Actually, yeah, I'm going to come anytime they call me. I'm ready to come in here. So,
all right, Jhesua, where are you training, though?
we're just training in any place that we can find with Mike and the gym. So that's, if we have to train in the street, we are from there.
You're from the street. Hey, Jhesua, anyone you need to thank tonight?
Actually, I want to be thanks to my uncle. He's all the way from my country, in Chile. And I want to tell him that I love him a lot. And I'm happy that representing my family, Jhesua Arias right now, representing Jiu-Jitsu all the way in Chile. And I'm happy.
So they got Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu all the way in Chile?
Yeah, that's right. The real Jiu-Jitsu, and we are the real samurais over there.
All right, Jhesua, great performance tonight. We'll see you again soon, brother.
Yeah, we will.
The Chilean Terminator did his thing tonight.
Yeah, terminated with an armbar. That was pretty slick, man. Pretty slick.
Well, pretty slick. But Eduardo, get into the jiu-jitsu class. It just might help. We got more of the Ultimate Combat. Don't go anywhere. In your lightweight division, we got a guy that is 0-12. He's come to the cage 12 times and won. Oh, who is he?
That's icy hot. Dustin Crawford. Guy's been in. He's like a legend on the internet. No one talks more smack. No one gets in here and tries and tries and tries and tries and tries again, like this guy does.
And tries and tries and tries.
Yeah,
well, going up against Mike Darcy, welterweight no holds barred. Check it out. This is a fight I've been looking forward for a little while because Dustin Crawford, man, I mean, God bless him. He as we said, he keeps trying, but this is a kid that he thinks he matches up well against. The haymaker, Mike Darcy, he's watched him fight. He's had a little bit of training. He's been preparing specifically for this guy.
Yeah, Mike Darcy's a kickboxer, 5'9", 185 pounds, trained out of UCTC.
Well, sometimes. We don't see him very often. But,
sometimes.
He is going up against the legend, icy hot Dustin Crawford, and this guy is legendary. He's reached legendary status primarily from his prowess on the internet.
Yeah, Mike, he gets on there, he talks smack to everybody, he gets in. Guy's got plenty of heart as far as keeps getting back in and trying again.
You know, when I say prowess, I kind of use that term loosely because sometimes he says the craziest things on the internet, but yeah, you know, is a guy that a lot of people started to really hate and despise, and now they've come around to kind of like the guy because at the core, he's a good kid. He's just kind of a knucklehead.
Right, just need a little bit of direction, a little bit of motivation. But yeah, like I said, a lot of people just not like this guy, but now he's got quite a bit of a following, Mike.
I'll tell you what, if Darcy was standing about 5 feet closer, those would have been some nice kicks.
Yeah, Icy out going for a little bit of a takedown. At least he's kind of sticking to it, Mike.
Well, he's shot in, he's got a double leg, he's hooked him up, he's got hips, and just not able to quite secure the takedown, but he's doing all the right things. He's staying in there.
Yeah, he should have just dropped levels a little bit and then just kind of arched his back up. But,
yeah, well, there you go right there. That's what happens when you kind of just hang on for a little bit. Mike Darcy made a great adjustment and got a big throw, and doesn't look good for old Icy Hot's 13th visit to the cage.
Pulling guard there, Mike?
Is that a guard?
Yeah, he just went right into guard. That was
I thought that was the fetal position, but Darcy just got in the way.
Could have been by accident, Mike, but hey, at least he pulled it off.
Well, you see right here, he actually has pulled guard, and he's kind of keeping a closed guard here. I don't know what his intentions are offensively, but at least he's working on a little bit of defense. He's not allowing Darcy trying to do a shoulder lock in when he's in
guard. He's not really going to get anything off that shoulder lock, Mike. He needs to, if he's going to go for that, he needs to get out to the side mount. But
position, as we always talk about. Look at this. Icy hot
going up the body.
Unbelievable. It looked like he almost had a triangle choke on.
That's one very awkward position there, Mike. I think I read something about that in a book once.
It was in the forum, right?
Yeah, that's it.
It was a magazine, not a book. Well, switcho, changeo, man. There's been some transition from one position to the next, but now Darcy does find himself with Icy Hot in his guard and not able to quite secure the guillotine choke he was looking for. But you see him climbing up the body and trying to isolate as well.
Well, it looks like he's got a little bit of a triangle going on, trying to switch it up to an arm lock.
Wow, that thing's on too. Icy's battling it out. He should not stretch it out and actually push into Mike Darcy is what I would recommend, but he's sucking it up.
I'm actually really impressed with Icy Hot here. He's been battling through all this stuff.
I remember when Icy walked out of the ring before the fight started. He got scared, now look at where he's come from and where he's come to, and I'm really proud of the kid too.
Yeah, he's got a lot of determination, man. I'm very impressed right now.
He's a good story. He's a kid that he said, he was involved in drugs. They were kind of taking control of his life. He was having some problems at home, and look what MMA has done for him. He says, I really changed my life around. Look at this.
Oh my God.
Pounding away at the head of Mike Darcy.
Looked like Darcy just decided to kind of do the fetal position himself there, Mike.
Well, understandably so, because Icy Hot hit him with about 15 unanswered elbows. Nice work.
Oh, and he's going again, Mike.
Well, those are not exactly
he's kind of got to watch the back of the head there, but he's just teeing off there. Look at this.
We're going to see round number 2, but Icy Hot is trying like heck to not get us there. And Dave Selusted's even a little impressed by that. You saw the little roll of the eyes as he walked away. But hey, Icy Hot, look at him, man. He is
bloody, Mike.
The picture of a warrior. I'll tell you what. I'm not calling him a warrior yet, but he's the picture of a warrior.
Definitely. I got to give it to him. He finished that round off pretty strong, Mike.
He most certainly did. And really, I think this might be the first round Icy Hot has won. I'm going to give him that first round. Very unofficial, of course. But
yeah, unofficial, of course. But yeah, I got to say my unofficial scorecard. Oh, another takedown.
Not quite as devastating as the first throw, but that one was just as effective nonetheless.
Right. Put him on top, and looks like he's trying to work for something or just sit there and crank on his head a little bit.
Now does Icy take solace in minor victories that I won a round, or does he really want to kind of win the fight here? That's the big question. We've seen Icy have little flashes of not greatness but goodness.
Definitely goodness.
We've seen a little bit of that tonight. Now can he sustain, can he endure, and can he finish this fight out?
Well, he did get a nice little reversal there. He was trying to go for a mount, Mike Darcy was, and then Icy Hot rolled him into his guard, so
and we saw
he's doing pretty good.
We saw Darcy be a little more aggressive with his guard in the first round. He went right for a submission, but right now it seems like he's kind of more hanging on.
Looks like he's going back for that shoulder lock there. It's not going to be effective from that position.
Well,
needs to keep climbing up the body and start going for something, Mike.
I'll tell you what he needs to do is stop getting hit by Icy Hot. Icy Hot's been wailing away at him tonight.
Yes, he has, Mike. I'm not going to lie. The more I watch this fight, the more impressed I've been with Icy Hot.
Well, they call those noogies when you punch your brother in the shoulder and make him say uncle or something. That's what Icy's going for. Pick a target, my man. Pick a target, not his shoulder. Well, right.
Whoa!
You just got shoulder punched out of a fight.
Wow, that was
Icy Hot.
Look at him go.
Oh man, he has just seen the Lord.
Yeah, he's on top of the world right now, Mike.
He is right now. You can only imagine what it's like to win a fight, but to win a fight after 13 tries, that right there is what it feels like.
Oh, way to go, Icy. That was good stuff, man.
He's happy. I'm happy for you, my man.
Oh, man.
All right, brother. Find top name brand clothing at unspeakable prices at Big Rod Clothing. Mention UCE and save 10%.
Michael Darcy, what happened out there, man? You had Icy Hot a few times and he got you, bro.
Yeah, he's probably been training really hard, I've been slacking off a few times. And, he came out here, he gave it his all. And I just didn't have it tonight.
Are you Army strong? Find out what it takes to be a soldier in the U.S. Army at GoArmy.com. Sick no more, man. You're healed. Be healed. How do you feel, brother?
I feel incredible. I'm ready to fight.
Okay, listen, to put this into context, 0-12. 0-12. But this guy did not quit. He did not go away. He did not quit. He came back and did it, man. I'm proud of you, man. I'm really happy for you.
Thanks, man. You know, I just, when I first got into the cage, I was stupid thinking that I could just automatically get good at cage fighting, but it didn't happen. So I had to train, and now I'm doing it, and just gonna keep
Don't say the T word, train. That's ridiculous.
Well,
children at home don't listen to this. Okay, so talk to the kids at home. Tell them, listen, you stick to something, eventually it's gonna go your way, right?
Yep. If you stick to something, you know, you'll do it. And my life sucked, and this fighting has changed my life, and I'm gonna die fighting.
I'm gonna tell you right now, this year, Michael Phelps, Obama, all that stuff. I see how I wanna fight. All right, man. Good job, brother. Oh, baby, 13 times is a charm, man. You were here. You witnessed history right here today.
That was incredible. That's the first time I've ever seen 13 be a lucky number. That was crazy. That was amazing.
Well, if anyone can make that a lucky number, Icy Hot can make that a lucky number. I'm proud of you, Icy. Great job. Congratulations. We got more of the Ultimate Combat. Stick around. In your lightweight division, we got a kid that we've seen before out of the Bernales Institute of Martial Arts, Aaron Okura. Very solid looking kid. Great stand up, great ground, going up against a kid that you know a little bit about?
Yeah, it's Ferris Bueller's little brother, Nicholas Buehler. He's coming out of Rexburg, Idaho. He's got a little bit of history with the Mushin Academy, so it should be a pretty interesting fight.
Buehler. Lightweight no holds barred. Check it out. Sometimes we think we're funny in our heads, Smollett. Sometimes we're just not all that funny.
Yeah, you know, watching that. Oops.
Yeah, well, all right. Hilo Hellion, Aaron Okura. They're big on him up there at the Bernales Institute. This kid, solid kid, works hard. You know, the intel on him is he's really an up-and-comer.
Yeah, he's 5'6", 135 pounds, fighting out of Hawaii.
Originally from Hawaii,
Originally
now
from
in Salt Lake
Hawaii.
City here training with Bernales Institute. You saw right there Will Bernales just a moment ago. But we heard good things about the Bulldog, Nicholas Buehler as well. I understand he's training with a fine camp up there in Rexburg, Idaho.
Nice, yeah, and he's 135 pounds as well, 5'6". A little bit of a ground and pound style.
They call him the Bulldog.
Bulldog.
He's built a little bit like a Bulldog. Speaking of Bulldogs, look at Dave Selliestead giving his best Bulldog impression right there.
Hey, maybe we'll see a good takedown from Dave here.
Now, we have not talked about this, that, you know, Dave is a little more aggressive in smacking the fighters around when they're little like this.
Oh, yeah, it makes him feel big.
This featherweight division, boy, he can get a little bit aggressive and kind of
Nice
hurt
little
these
leg kick attempt there.
That was good stuff. Hey, you know, right off the bat, I can tell you that these guys are both clean fighters. You can tell, you know, they had great fundamentals, great mechanics, and I'm looking for a good fight out of this too.
Oh yeah, Mike, definitely.
It's hard to see who's on top with all that camouflage.
Looks like the Bulldog's down on the bottom there. He needs to start turning in and start using the cage, try and stand up, or else pull some guard, do something.
Doing a lot of squeezerooski right now, isn't he? I spoke maybe a little too soon. Up on his feet, he looked pretty solid, but on the ground, he's doing a lot of kind of new guy stuff, just kind of hanging on to the head, and that's really not recommended.
Yeah, a lot of guys, they waste a lot of energy just squeezing on the head like that because they don't know what else to do in some positions, Mike.
Well, you see right here, Aaron Okura quick to take full advantage of that, winding up in full mount position, very systematically kind of improved his position. That looked really good. Now he's pushing off and looking to maybe do some damage from top.
Oh, looked like Bulldog was trying to stand up there.
Bulldog did a great job. He timed that stand up perfectly. Aaron Okura was just about ready to start dropping some bombs, and the Bulldog pushed off and got his hips back underneath him and trying to get back up to his feet. Not quite able to get there just yet, but I think he just might be able to.
There you go.
Nice work.
Bulldog, nice.
Very nice work. All right, now let's see what they can get back up on their feet.
Got a nice little wrestling tie-up going on. Push it back. Ooh, nice knee.
That was a really solid knee, but I was about to comment, these guys both have good hips, they have good balance, and on their feet it's going to be tough to get, you know, kind of an easy head throw or something like that with these two because they both have such good athletic positioning, it seems.
Yeah, definitely, Mike. Buehler back to the headlock.
Into the headlock, and that was a nice takedown by Aaron Okura. He lifted his opponent right up off the ground and winds up in a nice side mount position here and looking.
Bulldog needs to start turning his body in, trying to get his knees in there and start either going for guard or start trying to reverse the position there. Up.
And let go of that head.
Yeah, definitely.
That would be my first recommendation. Let go of the head. Okura doing a good job of trying to isolate that arm so he can pound away at the face of the Bulldog.
Just needs to get that hand free. Well, there you
Here
go,
they
Mike.
Bombs away. This is a bad position to be in. You can really inflict a lot of damage. You see right here doing some elbow shots from top, and now just happy to step over and take mount.
Oh, that looked a little bit awkward there on that mount.
Well, he took mount, but Buehler's timed it very well and hipped him a little bit and almost bucked him up. But boy, now he's paying the price right now.
Oh yeah, that's a good flurry there, Mike.
Boy, yeah, you got to start looking at stopping this thing if Buehler doesn't start doing. There you go.
Oh,
he's
that's
countered
pretty.
from bottom. Nice stuff.
You don't see a lot of guys doing that, Mike. A lot of times they start getting pounded on from the top. They just curl up into the fetal position. That was pretty good to see, Mike.
This Buehler kid's a pretty tough kid, but wow, well, right there, Okura going for an armbar and then transitioning to the other arm, but time's just about to run out. A very dominant performance in round number 1 by Aaron Okura, clearly winning that first round, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, definitely, Mike. These guys are in pretty good shape, though. You know, I'm pretty excited to see what the second round looks like.
Well, you know, Okura did spend a lot of energy there. I mean, he really kind of went for the kill, and sometimes that pays off with your opponent submitting. But boy, that Buehler kid, he wasn't going anywhere, and as a result, now you see Buehler kind of licking his wounds, and Aaron Okura back there huffing and puffing a little bit from being a little bit tired.
Definitely, Mike. Sometimes it's to your advantage to get beat up a little bit.
Okura not wanting to touch gloves here, and we talked a little bit with Brian Yamasaki about that. Philosophically, they just don't think it's the wise thing to do.
I can't necessarily agree with that, Mike. I think, this is a sport. It's the thing that separates this from a street fight. It's the sportsmanship.
That's the way I feel. But I understand the guys that don't want to do that simply because there are jerks out there that have taken advantage of it and cracked people in the face. I'm not going to name any names, but Ben Fulmano got cracked recently with something like that, and kind of a chicken poop move, if you ask me.
See it time and time again, Mike. But like I said, it's still a sport, so.
It's a gentleman's sport. Now, again, that is what separates us from thugs, And if you want to be a thug, then I guess that's the way it is.
That's good.
I've said enough about that. Enough. Right back to the head holding. When
that headlock's getting him a lot of places except for out.
I'll tell you the other thing it does, especially round number 3. If you hung onto the head all fight long, your arms are going to be rubber, and you're not going to have much on those punches in that third round when you really need to have some sting on those punches.
Yeah, it just wastes a lot of energy, and it's going to wear you out and burn you out a lot quicker.
And it just doesn't accomplish you anything. I really wish, that's the first thing I would like to teach new guys is let go of the head. Leave the head alone, and you'll learn as you go on. There are certain things you can do with the head, but it's just so instinctive just to grab and squeeze it.
Yeah. I mean, like right now, he's got the leg trapped. All he has to really do is isolate the arm and buck out. Oh,
there you go. Well, he left an arm behind, though. Aaron Okura, very nice. Cinched that thing right up and looking for an armbar. This could be over.
Oh. Yeah, if he can just separate that hand, there you go. He just needs to start arching out, and it looks like he could probably finish it.
It's hard to tell how the arm is. Well, he gives up on it, and interestingly enough, I thought he had it, but he went right back to controlling the hips, and I'm not so sure that's a bad idea. He did wind up back on top. We talked about position being so important. And
definitely, Mike. He's doing a great job of staying dominant as far as position goes. Yeah. Staying on the top, either side mount. Look, right now he's got the north-south position. And
he's getting his head explosive from the other end, though.
That scissor choke, that thing's crazy. Sometimes it works. I've seen people tap out from it, but usually it's just very funny looking.
I think Aaron Okura is going to have a headache tomorrow, if nothing else. His head has been cramped down all fight long.
Yeah, this is another one of those awkward positions I was talking about from that magazine, Mike. But
this isn't textbook now, is it?
No, definitely not.
Unless you're reading the textbook out of a magazine.
Yeah, the Book of Love.
Yes, sir. All right. Well, a pretty dominant performance. I think it's safe to say that Aaron Okura is way out ahead on the judges' scorecards. He's won just about every facet of this game, but gosh, you got to really give it to this Nicholas Buehler. He's been a gamer. He's been in this fight, and he's battled. He's now pitching the hand, man.
Oh, the scissors. Love it, Mike.
He just likes to get a hold of things and squeeze.
This Buehler kid's a tough kid. I mean, he's taking quite a bit of punishment, and he's
if he gets a little bit of training, he could be a force. He just battled his way out in this fight. It was all guts. Good stuff.
Yeah, definitely, Mike. Like you said, this guy learns a little bit more fundamentals, a little bit of wrestling, maybe some jiu-jitsu. I think could be something good to see here.
I think that was the Okura fan group right there cheering him on, and Will Bernales in his corner, man. You really can't go wrong with all of that support. Round 3 when we come back. Welcome back to the Ultimate Combat Experience. If you're just joining us, you missed a pretty darn
impressive
active
rounds
1 and 2 between Aaron Okura and Nicholas Buehler from Rexburg, Idaho.
Oh, nice
Aaron
push
Okura,
kick.
Way out ahead on both our scorecards, I would say.
Mike.
But yeah, and Nicholas Buehler looking pretty good to start the round here.
Yeah, definitely, Mike. He's coming out. He's aggressive. Like I was saying at the end of the second round, the kid's got some determination to him. He's in good shape.
I think it's safe to say that his forte is stand-up. I mean, we've seen some really pretty stuff, but Okura wisely not wanting to stand and trade with him for very long.
Yeah, it goes back to that tie-up, takes his hips out, presses him against the cage.
And what do you think Buehler's going to do?
I think Buehler's going to grab his head and possibly squeeze, Mike.
Possibly
but, I could be wrong. It looks like he's...
Okura actually posturing back a little bit, not giving him the head to squeeze on.
Oh, fighting back.
All right,
looks
here.
like he's actually punching him.
Well, this here, maybe somebody said something to him over in his corner. Quit squeezing on that head and start punching it.
It's a good possibility, Mike.
All right.
What he needs to start doing is climbing up the body a little bit, start separating it, maybe go for a triangle or an armbar.
And maybe try to get back up on your feet, because it looked like he might have been a little better than Okura on their feet.
Oh, yeah, definitely, Mike.
From a sheer stand-up standpoint, but Okura good enough at takedowns and tying up that he didn't allow that.
Yeah, he was closing the distance pretty easily. But, like you said, that Buehler kid, he landed some good shots earlier on. And he's back to the head squeeze.
Well, when you get real tired, you go back to what you're used to doing, and that's what Nicholas Buehler looks like he's doing right here. He's just wanting to squeeze stuff, and boy, that's just not going to get it done for you.
Yeah, I think he's trying to take a break a little bit. Looks like he's a bit exhausted, pulling his head down, trying to quit getting punched so much. But
bad place to do it, right in front of Okura's corner, though. You see right there, Will Bernales able to tell Aaron exactly what he wants him to do, and this is not a good place to rest. There you go, right there.
Nice, nice.
Now, finally, Nicholas Buehler wakes up underneath there, and this is what he needed to be doing all along. You can tell Okura did not like that.
And it's like we said earlier, Mike, you don't see a lot of guys actually fighting back this hard from the bottom. It's pretty impressive to see.
Yeah, he's got a lot of heart, just not quite the skill level that I think Okura has. And, boy, I'd like to see this kid get some good training and come back and do this again.
Oh, definitely, Mike, definitely.
He's certainly got the conditioning. He's got the physicality for the weight class. 135 is a small weight class. He looks like a pretty strong kid for that weight division.
Yeah, looks like 0% body fat, not going to hold him back any. So, like I said, get some training, man. Get a little bit of ground experience, come back. This kid's going to be something good.
I'll tell you what a fun crowd, though. These guys are really getting into it. They're enjoying every little punch that Aaron Okura gets off, and they respond to it. So.
Like you were saying, man, you can see his corner just yelling away at him, telling him what he needs to be doing. Oh.
Well, there was kind of an attempted arm bar, but...
he did climb the body, Mike, so he at least did something right there.
Well, he's going to squeeze that head now.
Squeezing the head, giving up the mount.
Pressed up against the cage right in front of your opponent's corner. Bad stuff, bad stuff, bad stuff.
Yeah, well, at least he's only got 5 seconds left.
Well, this was a very entertaining fight for as lopsided as it was. I think,
definitely.
Aaron Okura clearly wins the fight, but boy, Nicholas Buehler made it entertaining, and I was real impressed with what he brought to the table tonight.
Oh, yeah, Mike, you can't take anything away from this Buehler kid. A lot of heart, definitely in good shape, so just get some good training, kid.
And he really made Aaron Okura earn his victory tonight. Okura, a kid that, again, they're real big on up there at the Bernales Institute, and he just couldn't put this kid away.
No, this kid was scrappy. He couldn't finish him. He was trying. You saw a couple times in the first round, went for that arm bar. But
well,
looks
let's
like
see what the judges had to say. Well, I don't know what judge gave one round to Buehler there, but it's clearly a unanimous decision.
You see Buehler there getting ready to raise his hand. But
yeah, the Halo-Halian, Aaron Okura coming over with a big win tonight. Had to work for it, but he got it.
Yeah, it was a great fight, Mike.
There is only one place to get all your favorite MMA gear, including UCE merchandise, and that is Against the Fence.
Nick Buehler, man, that was a fight, bro. That's one of the best fighters in Utah, and you ran into him tonight.
Yes. No, he was a really tough kid. I know the Bernales Institute a lot. I'm pretty good friends with Brian Yamasaki, so just honored to be fighting with him. He's a tough kid. He gave me a run for my money and obviously took it, so.
Well, you know, the Bernaleses and the Yamasakis, they're scientists. They dissect everything. If you fight one of their fighters, believe me, they know what's going on. And, you know, I thought that kind of laid a little bit into what happened tonight, you know. I mean, that game plan, that team is so strong, and he knew a little bit about what you're about.
Yeah. No, I know a little bit about their training, and he just came in better prepared than I did, and he deserves a win, so. Just honored to be fighting with him. He's a tough guy.
Well, you know, I've seen Okura and his brothers and stuff wrestle. I've seen him compete. I mean, that's a tough kid you lost to, man. Don't hang your head. We're going to get you back here in Ultimate Combat Experience.
I'm sorry, what was that?
Are we going to get you back here in the Ultimate Combat Experience?
I don't know. We'll have to see what my training can be like. I'm just independent right now, so just kind of depends on how things go from here. We'll see.
All right, bro. Well, tonight you were good, just not good enough. You have anyone you need to thank?
Yeah, just everybody who came to support me, my family and friends, and everybody who's made contributions to this, especially Aaron for stepping in the ring with me and giving it to me. So I learned a lot, and hopefully I can apply what I learned in my next fight.
Skull Candy, the official headphones of the UCE. Check out their complete line of headphones and accessories at skullcandy.com.
Aaron Okura, man, you showed what you're about. You're 2-0, got a lot of heart. Watch out, Utah and Idaho.
Yeah, thanks. I got to thank my trainers at Bernales Institute of Martial Arts, Will Bernales and all his guys. It's great. Technique also the guys at Mushin, Brandon Kaiser, Brian Yamasaki, Chad Prowl, all those guys that are helping me get ready. My Jiu Jitsu instructor from long back, Darius Andrews, taught me a lot of good ground game too, and thanks to these guys, I'm able to do well in the cage.
You know, you're like a guy like me. You've been around the game a while. You wish that you came up with a camp like Yamazaki, like Crew Bernales. You wish you came up with that, because you know what? Those are guys that stick with you. They've been teaching you from day one. They don't run out the door to go to the WWE. You know, they're family for life, man, and that does bring a lot in your fight, right?
Absolutely. Absolutely, that's everything.
All right, what's your plans for the future, though? You come back? You're going to be back?
Yeah, I'll definitely be back. I'll definitely keep fighting, especially now that I got a good sponsor. For about 4 months, I've been taking natural endurance supplements. It doesn't look like I got great endurance tonight. I have been kind of sick recently and haven't kept my cardio, but I've been definitely training harder and longer with endurance MMA.
4 months? I've been drinking Jaeger at Southern for 4 months. I mean, they can put you in this type of shape. Look at you, man.
Yeah, it's
all right, Aaron Okura, he's gonna be back. Watch out, Utah.
That was everything we expected and more. That was a lot of fun to watch.
That was pretty intense, man. I gotta say, Mike, that was.
I told you that Aaron Okura is a pretty solid kid, though. We're looking forward to seeing a lot more of him. Hopefully we can get Buehler back down here as well. We got more of the Ultimate Combat. Stick around. It is finally time for your main event, and I'm pretty excited about this one.
Oh, yeah, man. Right off the campaign trail, we got John McCain, spelled like McKean, fighting out of the Bernales Institute, coming back.
Fresh off getting his ass kicked by Barack Obama, ready to get in there and mix it up again, but he's mixing it up with a guy that's just a little bit local, Lorenzo Herrera, lightweight, no holds barred. It's your main event. Check it out.
I come from a wrestling background, so I have a good center of gravity, good solid base, but definitely trying to improve on my hands, so definitely trying to improve on that.
Definitely my strength is the ground, but I would like that to be a striker too, that's kind of my main goal, is to be good in both, so we'll see what happens.
I know he's really good on the ground. It's about the most that I've heard about it, so I'm going to try to stay out of his guard, try to bring the fight to him, keep it high intensity like I like to fight.
He seems like a really nice guy. I was just talking to him. We're just going to go have fun tomorrow night. That's the main goal, just have some fun in the cage.
Message, I just want to say, hey, appreciate, taking the fight. Like I said, everyone that steps in that cage is a warrior. No disrespect. Just talked to him before this interview. Seems like a really nice guy. And if anything, I have a friend after this, so.
The one and only Will Bernales, of course, Pedro Sauer Jiu-Jitsu, Fusion Jiu-Jitsu, Mark and Lisa Twite, the list goes on and on. A lot of people helped me get ready for this.
Yeah, definitely my family, my wife, my kids. My kids for making me go crazy and work harder. And just everyone that supports me, friends and family, and everyone that supports the UCTC and the UCE as well.
What a great couple of guys, man. Nothing but class between the two of them.
Oh, yeah, Mike. Definitely. It's always a good thing to see some guys get in here and treat it like an actual sport like we were talking about earlier.
And I tell you, it's been consistent with the Bernales guys. They really have a great attitude when they come in here. They're here to have a good time. They're here to enjoy participating in the sport that they love doing.
Yeah, definitely. And John McKean, 5'9", 155 pounds.
155 pounds of holy terror, is my understanding.
Yeah, he looked pretty solid for 155.
Well, they say his jiu-jitsu is just incredible. Lorenzo Herrera doesn't have a whole lot of jiu-jitsu experience, but he's a scrapper and he's a good wrestler.
Yeah, I'm excited to see how the wrestler turns out against the jiu-jitsu guy, being from a jiu-jitsu background myself here, Mike.
All right, a little touch of the glove. Looks like these guys are ready to rock and roll. And, I really like that, what Lorenzo said. He said, if nothing else, I've got a friend after this. And I think that's a really cool thing.
Yeah, definitely, Mike.
Oh, man,
nice punch.
He caught him with a left hand, or maybe it was a right hand.
I think it was right there, Mike.
But he caught him and cracked him, and John McKean hit the ground. That's unfortunately, that's not where Lorenzo Herrera wants to be with John McKean. He's on the ground.
Well, it looks like McKean just climbing up his body while he's on his feet.
I'll tell you what, again, Lorenzo Herrera doing a great job because he had given up his back to John McKean and did a great job of turning into him and not giving up the easy choke to get this fight started.
Yeah, definitely, Mike. I mean, he's not exactly in the best position right now with the jiu-jitsu guy being in his guard, but he doesn't seem to be stressing much.
Well, it's a lot better than having him on your back. But, I tell you what, this is where I think Lorenzo can kind of neutralize some good grappling, is that he's so strong. He's a strong kid, and yeah, you can't leave anything behind like that, but your strength sometimes will be a good, well, it's not going to help you much here. I might have spoken too soon.
Well, it doesn't look like he's exactly got it. He's got both arms in there working on a triangle, so
he's in a bad way. I'll
open
tell
up
you
for some punches, definitely.
Yeah, Lorenzo. This is going to be a tough one to get out of. John McKean's good enough that I don't know that Lorenzo can get out of this one.
He's definitely taking advantage of the positioning, Mike, striking at the head and starts working the legs again.
Lorenzo's smart enough getting out of there, though. He's not leaving that behind. Great job once again. Wow, Lorenzo Herrera he does this kind of stuff on sheer grit and determination.
Well,
nice
like you said, his wrestling background seems to be paying off a lot for him. He's doing a good job with his weight and kind of trying to stay in a dominant position here.
Well, he still
looks a little awkward, kind of like he's trying to go for
He's trying to get his arm out of what he's trying to do, and John McKean's not giving him anything at all. Right there, finds himself back in the guard, is Lorenzo Herrera.
Yep. Well, McKean needs to start working again, kind of get that forearm out of your throat and start working up the body again.
Well, you see how heady these Bernales guys are, though. They always work toward their corner so they can get good coaching advice, and that's where John McKean's headed right now, trying to get over to where he can listen to what he needs to be doing. But, boy, interesting stuff right here. Good stuff. McKean's going for stuff, and Lorenzo's just battling his way out.
Looks like McKean's got his back, so see what he can do from here, Mike.
Well, he's got his hooks in. Well, he's got his feet crossed.
Yeah,
but
not always a good thing to do, but, if you go against a guy that doesn't really know a lot of submission, it's not really a bad thing either.
All right, well.
Looks like he's got him in a reverse triangle, Mike.
Yeah, you know, Lorenzo has kind of battled from one bad position to the next in this fight, and this is the intel we had on McKean. Is just his transitions are so good. He goes from one thing to the next, and boy, Lorenzo's been in trouble since almost this fight started. I'm not so sure that he knew that he was in trouble the entire time, but he was.
Looks like McKean's trying to tweak that arm a little bit, Mike.
Well, can Lorenzo withstand another 3 seconds of this?
Oh,
no. Well,
like
that's it. Dave said stopping this, and I'm glad he did, but 1 second left on the clock. Lorenzo's going to be a little bit mad about that.
Yeah, it's got to hurt the pride a little bit, Mike. You never want to give up when you got 1 second left, so.
Well, you know, you saw right there, you saw what John McKean's all about. He's a good-looking kid, and he's certainly got a lot of tools. Lorenzo Herrera, not happy about that, but, you know, hey, you lost to a tough kid, and you got a good friend now, right?
Oh, yeah, definitely, Mike. These guys are going to go home, probably have a barbecue together, introduce their wives.
All right.
That's a good win for John McKean.
John McKean getting a big win tonight. Are you Army strong? Find out what it takes to be a soldier in the U.S. Army at GoArmy.com.
Lorenzo Herrera, man, you went up against a jiu-jitsu phenom in John McKean. How'd you feel about the fight?
I felt really good about it. You know, I knew this camp had good jiu-jitsu. Awesome. I mean, I saw the 2 fights ago. I saw his other teammate, man, and, you know, it kind of scared me a little bit, but, you know, I picked up my balls and got in here.
You did step in here with John McKean. You did great, man. What's your plans for the future?
Definitely train. Hopefully I got a training partner for the future. You know, definitely want to get with the best so I can be the best.
Well, come up to the Ultimate Combat Trainer. Come up to the Ultimate Combat Training Center. We're up there all the time.
Oh, hell yeah. That's where I get all of my schooling from. Jiu-Jitsu, Muay Thai, wrestling, you name it, they have it. Boxing. I want to thank my corner, Daniel, and my buddy, Josh. But Daniel's the boxing coach down there, and he's awesome.
All right, bro. What's your plans for the future?
Definitely keep training hard, you know, represent UCTC. And, you know, I appreciate Mike for giving me the shot. And he must hate me because he doesn't ever give me any easy fights, man. You know, first fighter out of Micah, or Team Mika. Second fighter, damn good jiu-jitsu. And this guy, well, you know, first round. So, yeah, thanks a lot. I want to thank all my family, all my friends for coming out here and supporting. Definitely appreciate it. And all the fans, man, and my 2 corner guys, dude. Love you guys.
Find top name brand clothing at unspeakable prices at Big Rock Clothing. Mention UCE and save 10%.
John McKean, man, you're a jiu-jitsu phenomenon, and everyone found out why tonight.
Thanks, man. I just kind of got lucky, I guess.
You don't get lucky training as much as you do, being at the gym as much as you do. You don't get lucky doing that, man.
I don't know. He was a super tough guy, and he caught me like right off the bat. He had me scrambling around. Hopefully, it was a fun fight for you guys to watch. So, it wasn't fun being in it, trust me. But
all right. So, what's your plans for the future?
I'm just gonna keep training. Just keep trying to get better. You know, I mean, I got like a ways to go, so just keep on going at it. Keep on doing it every day.
Well, I mean, if you're in Utah and you're training with Johnny Crawford and Will Bernales, how do you get better, man? You're with the best camp as far as jiu-jitsu and all that. I mean, and Will Bernales, I mean, Will teaches everything. How do you get better, man? Because I think you got the count. I know you got the skill, and I think it's going to come together.
Yeah, I just got to get more time. Just keep on training, just more and more hours every day, more hours.
All right, so we're going to see you again at Ultimate Combat Experience here real soon.
Oh, yeah, for sure, for sure.
John McKean making his way back, coming back in 2012, getting it started right here with a big win over Loco Lorenzo Herrera.
You know, maybe not a lot of people voted for him. Maybe he's pretty angry. I don't know what's going on, but this guy's got some spark going in him.
I'll tell you what, you'll vote for him next time and he'll beat the crap out of you just like that. Hey, good night of fights though, Mullet. All in all, a lot of really good stuff went on tonight. We saw some new guys that come out here and showed their stuff. But once again, tell the folks at home what you're up to, maybe if they want to show their stuff in your little arena.
All right, well, I'm a recruiter now for the Utah Army National Guard. I'm down on 4700 South in Redwood Road. If you guys are interested in joining, maybe just want some bonus money, maybe you want a little bit of college money, and get you $20,000 bonus money, nice little GI Bill, hit me up. My number's 801-637-2547.
Very, very nice. Now, if you don't want to join the Army right off the bat, come down and just run your hair through the mullet, hands through the mullet's hair. It's always fun to be at the fights. He'll be at the fights each and every week, and I look forward to that. Thank you so much for joining us, and thank you for tuning in. We'll see you next week on the Ultimate Combat Experience.
Warrior.